Hello everyone. My family loves cornmeal, and my husband being Jamaican, that was a normal breakfast for him when he was a child. So now I learned how to make it, and I'm going to show you guys how I make it. I use salt, vanilla extract, white sugar, ground allspice, ground nutmeg, ground cloves, a cinnamon stick. You can also use ground cinnamon if you choose, cornmeal, and sweetened condensed milk. First, I bring a pot of water to boil, maybe 2 to 3 cups for about 2 adult servings. I always put salt into the water to help it boil a little quicker. And now I'm going to go ahead and toss in that cinnamon stick and let it stay in there until everything is done cooking. I add about 1 to 2 tablespoons of sweetened condensed milk. You can choose to do this now or at the very end. I just do it now and let it melt into the water. I'm going to go ahead and stir that till it's nice and combined with the water. And while the water's heating up, I have the stove on about high to start, and that's to let the milk melt and combine with the water. And once it's getting a little warm, I like to go ahead and add my sugar. I don't really measure this. You can see that was probably about 3 to 4 tablespoons. You want to continue stirring from the very beginning. Porridge doesn't take very long to cook, but if you don't continue stirring, it will get clumpy very quickly. Now I'm going to go ahead and add in maybe a teaspoon of vanilla. Now for the cornmeal. We use the fine ground cornmeal. You can use whichever one you choose, but we just like it very finely milled. I use a measuring cup to lightly sprinkle this in while I'm continuing to stir. If I had a sifter, I would use that to make sure there's no clumps, but I just do my best to be very careful and continue stirring. Also at this point, you'll probably want to lower the heat on the stove, maybe to about a medium, so that it doesn't encourage the cornmeal to clump up so quickly. It gives you a little more working time to get the cornmeal in there and stirred thoroughly. I end up putting about a cup to a cup and a half of cornmeal into this liquid, and that serves about 2 adults or the 4 kids. We like our porridge to be a little more watery in consistency, so it's not too thick, but you can just choose however you like it and add more or less porridge or water. Also, some people add in milk or coconut milk, and it tastes really good with the coconut milk as well. I just normally don't use that. Now once I have the cornmeal just about the consistency that I like it, sometimes I'll lower the heat to maybe medium low or low so that it doesn't continue to get thicker too quickly, and I go ahead and sprinkle in each of the seasonings. Again, I'm using ground nutmeg, ground cloves, and ground allspice. If you didn't have the cinnamon stick, now is when you would add in some ground cinnamon. You would use the most ground cinnamon. Secondly, you would sprinkle in the most ground allspice, and then just a small sprinkle of ground nutmeg and ground cloves. Now you taste it to see if it's sweet enough, and if it is, then you're done. Go ahead and serve yourself a bowl. Or if it's not, go ahead and add a little more sugar. That was maybe about 2 more tablespoons of sugar. I never said this was a healthy breakfast, but it's a good breakfast. Tasty. And it keeps you full for quite a while. Once you have it, the taste to your liking, you can go ahead and serve it. Many people at this point use the sweetened condensed milk to sprinkle over their porridge so that it'll have that sweet taste right on top. You can also sprinkle in a little bit more cinnamon on top just for that pretty look, but it's ready to eat. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you later. Bye.